Welcome, fearless viewers, to another night of spine-chilling horror. Tonight, we unravel true tales of dates that turned into nightmares. We bring you true tales of horror, where romance turns into terror and love becomes a deadly game. Dim the lights, hold your breath, and join us as we unravel the spine-chilling events of love gone terribly wrong. We'll leave you questioning the true nature of the people you meet. Brace yourself for a spine-tingling journey that will make you think twice about your next date. Be warned, these stories are not for the faint of heart. And remember, sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones hiding in plain sight. Anna had always been a cautious dater, but when she met Tom on a popular dating app, she felt an instant connection. He was charming, handsome, and seemed genuinely interested in her. After weeks of chatting, they decided to meet for dinner at an upscale restaurant. The evening started perfectly. Tom was even more attractive in person, and their conversation flowed effortlessly. As the night progressed, they moved from the restaurant to a nearby park for a quiet walk. That's when things took a dark turn. Anna noticed Tom's demeanor shift. His charming smile faded, replaced by a cold, distant stare. He started asking peculiar questions about her fears and nightmares. Unsettled, Anna suggested they head back, but Tom insisted on continuing their walk. Suddenly, Tom stopped and pointed to an old, abandoned house in the distance. He whispered, "Let's explore it. I have something to show you." Anna's gut told her to run, but curiosity got the better of her. As they entered the house, the air grew colder. Tom's face twisted into a sinister grin. He revealed that he had a fascination with the paranormal and loved visiting haunted places. Anna felt a chill down her spine and decided to leave. But when she turned around, the door was locked and Tom was nowhere to be seen. Panic set in as Anna frantically searched for an exit. She heard whispers and footsteps echoing through the empty halls. Just as she found an open window, a shadowy figure appeared, blocking her escape. It was Tom, but his eyes were hollow, and his voice echoed unnaturally. "You can't leave," he hissed. "Not until you've met them." Anna fled through the window and ran until she found help. When the police arrived, the house was empty, and there was no trace of Tom. Later, she discovered that the house had been abandoned for decades, and Tom was a notorious local legend, a man who had disappeared years ago under mysterious circumstances. Jenny was excited about her first date with Mike. They met at a local bar and instantly hit it off. After a few drinks, Mike invited her back to his place. Jenny, feeling a strong connection, agreed. Mike's house was charming and cozy, but there was an unsettling vibe she couldn't shake. As they chatted in the living room, Jenny noticed a door slightly ajar at the end of the hallway. Curiosity got the better of her, and she asked Mike about it. He hesitated but then smiled and suggested they take a look. The door led to the basement. Descending the stairs, Jenny felt a growing sense of dread. The basement was filled with strange artifacts and old photographs of women who looked eerily similar to her. Mike's demeanor changed, and he locked the door behind them. Panic set in as he began telling her about his collection of memories and how he preserved them. Jenny's heart raced as she realized she needed to escape. She distracted Mike by feigning interest in his stories and managed to unlock the door while he was momentarily distracted. She ran up the stairs and out of the house, never looking back. Later, she learned that Mike had been a suspect in several disappearances, but there was never enough evidence to convict him. Laura met James through a mutual friend and thought he was perfect. He was charming, attentive, and seemed genuinely interested in her. Their first date was wonderful, and Laura felt an instant connection. But soon after, things took a disturbing turn. James began showing up everywhere Laura went. At first, she thought it was a coincidence, but it quickly became clear that he was following her. He would appear at her work, her favorite coffee shop, and even outside her apartment. Laura confronted him, but he brushed it off as a joke. Feeling increasingly unsafe, Laura changed her routine and stopped posting on social media. But James's stalking continued. One night, she came home to find her apartment door slightly open. Inside, her belongings were rearranged, and a note on her bed read, "I will always find you." Terrified, Laura contacted the police, but they couldn't do much without concrete evidence. She eventually moved to a new city and changed her identity to escape James. The experience left her traumatized and constantly looking over her shoulder, fearing he would find her again. Tom had been single for a while when he met Lily on a dating app. She was beautiful, witty, and shared his love for adventure. They decided to meet for a hike in a remote area, and Tom couldn't have been more excited. As they walked along the trail, Lily began sharing strange stories about doppelgangers, supernatural beings that look like exact copies of a person. She seemed fascinated by the topic, and Tom found it a bit odd but intriguing. Midway through the hike, Tom stopped to tie his shoe, and when he looked up, Lily was gone. He called out for her, but there was no response. Panic set in as he realized he was alone in the woods. After hours of searching, he finally found Lily sitting by a stream, staring blankly into the water. When she turned to face him, her eyes were empty, and her expression was cold. "I'm not Lily," she said in a voice that wasn't hers. She couldn't make it today. Tom's blood ran cold as the figure stood up and slowly walked towards him. He backed away, tripping over roots and rocks, until he finally stumbled onto the main trail where other hikers found him. Shaken, Tom recounted his story, but no one believed him. He never saw Lily again and later discovered that her profile had been deleted. The encounter left him questioning reality and haunted by the fear that the doppelganger was still out there, looking for its next victim. Thank you for joining us on this terrifying journey into the world of true horror date stories. These chilling tales remind us that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we meet in our everyday lives. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-tingling content. Have your own creepy date story? Share it in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and keep your guard up.